up, everybody? Welcome back to Enchanted Ways. We are doing Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Season 2, Episode 6, The Missionaries. Okay, so this was a fire episode. Towards the end, like, it was great. I loved it. Um, so we start off showing what happened to Luke. So he got captured and killed by a member of the Order of the Innocents, and so they're dressed like, missionaries, Jehovah's Witnesses, or something. The the kids that run up on you in the grocery store parking lot to spread the good news. He was one of them. So, um, Sabrina goes to the academy because she wants to see Ambrose. He's still in the witch's cell, and Prudence tells her straight up, like, no, you only come around when you want something. We're not friends. You're not allowed in, and I'm not going to let you in. So Hilda and Sabrina decide to summon the council, but they've already talked to Blackwood, and they're on Blackwood's side, and it's like, no, he's going to be executed and he's not getting a trial. So um Sabrina ends up going to Baxter High to pretty much distract herself from her problems over at the academy, but Roz and Harvey are not having it. It's like, you haven't been around. I'm going through. Roz, does her classes in the library now because she is dealing with the trauma of going blind so suddenly, so she'll just burst out crying in class or screaming. And so she decided, well, I'll just go in the library and do my work instead of being around everybody else. And they aren't happy to see Sabrina. It's like, you pop in and out of our lives when you want to, now that you've gotten deep into being a witch. And then they started questioning her, like, did you make Roz go blind? Why is it that after Roz kisses, you know, Harvey, that all of a sudden she goes blind? And so Sabrina is just so upset that they would think that about her and think that she's evil and all of this. So Theo ends up talking sense into Roz and Harvey and reminds them, of all of the nice things and the good things and what type of person Sabrina is. So Hilda ends up cooking up a plan that she's going to go to the academy with a delicious roast chicken and bribe the Weird Sisters. And so her plans and her hopes is that they'll, be so sadistic and eat the chicken in front of him and give him the bones so he can use the bones. And that's exactly what they do. And so the chicken bone ends up becoming a skeleton key, and he's able to escape. But before all of that happens, they just go and eat the chicken and they do a glamour. So Ambrose thinks he's talking to Hilda, and Hilda thinks she's talking to Ambrose, until, they give a little test. And it's like, no, you're not Ambrose and you're not Hilda. And the Weird Sisters tell her straight up, we're not going to let you see him. But again, Hilda's plan works, and so he ends up escaping. So meanwhile, over in Wardwell land, she is, falling in love with Adam, and he invites her to go to Tibet with him. And so come to find out, her familiar has been spying on her for the Dark Lord. And so they're eating dinner, Wardwell and Adam, and she finds his ring. She gave him a ring that'll protect him from any harm. So she finds the ring and look up and the Dark Lord is tapping his claws on the table. Like, did you really think you were just gonna live happily ever after, run off to Tibet and be with this man? No. And so she was eating Adam, twisted. really twisted. So yeah, that's the end of Adam and the end of her little, love affair. So Sabrina's at her house, and one of the missionaries shows up. I feel like I'm jumping about. And one of the missionaries shows up, and Roz has a vision. So in the vision, Sabrina is dead. The missionary got her, but Roz was able to call her in time, and Sabrina got the hell up out of there. Same thing over at Dr. Cerberus. A missionary shows up there. Now, I love this scene because Dr. Cerberus just immediately, like, what is going on? When one of the missionaries comes in and like, are you Hilda Spellman? I'm like, yes. She's so sweet. Yes, my love. I'm like, can I help you? Repent. And Cerberus is like, immediately, hold on, what is going on? Who talking to my woman like this? I love that scene. So he ends up, releasing his incubus or succubus or whatever it is he got trapped up in him, and attacks the missionary. So Nick, everybody's getting attacked at the same time pretty much. So Nick, he's over at Dorian's gray room, and he gets attacked. So they end up going to the academy to warn the others that, witch hunters are on the loose, because they don't know what they are yet. And Harvey, he demands to come along and help. Nick, of course, is opposed to it, but Sabrina ends up giving in, and they all go to the school. And so as Ambrose is escaping, he runs into missionaries there at the academy, and he warns everybody that witch hunters are on the loose, and the weird sisters, do their particular brand of weird magic, but it doesn't work because it turns out the missionaries are angels. So we have the scene that made this episode probably the best episode in this season. They're in the desecrated church, and the missionaries are trying to get the witches to repent. And the guy that played whatever he was, because them angels got some names on them, Zephrathiel and all of these consonants and carrying on. So I don't know what his name was, but the way he talked was just so comical to me, and trying to get these people to repent. So they're trying, Melvin, he's trying to say the prayer, and I thought, well, they're just witches, like they can still repent, right? No. So as he's saying the prayer, like he's getting boils on his skin, it's like setting him on fire to say this prayer. And so he starts vomiting blood, and he's like, I can't. So Sabrina bursts in and is like, stop, leave him alone. The guy angel, let's just call him guy angel, tries to get Sabrina to repent. She refuses. They start shooting her with bows and arrows. And, well, arrows, I guess. You don't shoot a person with a bow. But yeah, she's like, I'd rather die than give in to your false god. So Melvin follows suit. They slit his throat. They slit, what's her name, Elsbeth's throat. And they're just going to slaughter everybody if they don't repent. So Sabrina's lying on the ground, and then she resurrects. Right when, I forgot what he was about to do, but all you hear is, enough. And then she tells them, listen, no, it's your turn to repent. And that angel switched up so hard. Like, listen, say the prayer. No. I said, say the prayer. Almighty dog Lord. Immediately. And so she sets them on fire and just obliterates them, because it's like, well, look at you. Look how quick you turn on your God. She resurrects Melvin and Elsbeth, and then she collapses. Well, actually, no, she doesn't collapse yet, because this episode ends with Harvey walking in and seeing her floating in the air, eyes white, looking like the Dark Lord sword, as she calls it. So, that's what happened. I really enjoyed this episode. Y'all let me know, was this your favorite episode, or was that your favorite scene in this season? Anywho, stay tuned for the rest of these reviews, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.